Hello, I go by Beach Bar Louie, and this video is part of my musician's training. I'm training myself, but you could follow along. So as a musician, you should not only commit to organized practice regularly, you should also practice singing. And you should start right off the bat. If you're first picking up an instrument, you need to start singing right away, because sooner or later you're going to need to sing, and you're going to regret that you haven't learned it earlier. Because you never know. I mean, everybody's got a really good voice. Now, this lesson is about really how to practice more than anything, and sitting with it and being consistent and determined that you want to get something done. And now, a good practice to me, works for me, is once I've learned a little bit of something, I've got to come back to it, within a day or two. Now, if you could come back to something, 3 or 4 days in a row, or every other day for 3 or 4 times, you probably remember it pretty good. So you've got to do it. You just can't just do a whole big, learning session and then put it off and not come back to it, because you'll forget a lot of it. I used to do that a lot. I had so much stuff on my plate. So I've learned how to take little pieces and just make a to-do list of the parts and arrangements. So when I get to them, I'll get to them more often. So all of my harder parts are on a list, and I'll rotate through it as quick as I can every time I practice. And that's after warming up and everything. So right now, I didn't really want to carry on with that, but this is a musician's training, and I'm training myself, like I said, and I need to be able to play in any key, and I want to have really good dexterity. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to practice in the E major chords first to figure out which ones there are, right? And so first we got E major, and I'm just going to pluck it with all my fingers, nice and smooth. Then I'm going to go to the A. Now, there's been a lot of discussion on the A. A lot of people play it like this, 1 bar chord. But then, of course, you can't play this high note. That it's supposed to be an open E. But if you have the bar chord, you can't do it. Okay? So then I've always been kind of doing it like this. Now, I'm pretty good at it, using one finger to cover up both of those. But the best way to do it, now I hear, is kind of like this. It's like a D7 chord squished all up in here like that. See, I'm not very good at this because it's new and I hear it. Should be doing it. So I just keep practicing it for a little bit until I get it. I mean, you can join along with me. I'll throw in a D7 because that's part of E, right? It's a bar chord, so you gotta keep a little tension on it and play it for a little while and keep your fingers strong. Back to the E. Then we got a G sharp. C sharp minor. F sharp. And it's going to be right back to the B7. Now I'm going to try to keep them together. Trying to emphasize my pinky. So to emphasize different fingers. So I'm just plucking different pairs now. Trying to get coordinated. double picking some of them at the same time. Okay, so that brought us through most of the chords that are in the key of E. We didn't cover D sharp diminished. And all these chords I consider that are in the key of E, even though they're barring them, I call that first position E. Okay? So when you're playing E open and the supporting chords that go with it, whether they be up here a little bit, you know, up the neck, or right here, or you got some good fingering to keep them up in this more of this first position related area, which is pretty much the first two frets, you know. So that's the first position E. Now you're going to play the second, you're going to be right here. And then you got another position up here. And then another position right here. Another position here. So in all these different positions, the chords of the key are available in different formats and in different inversions, and you can play the different roots on them and mix them up and have a great time. So for this practice though, I just wanted to cover the basic position on it. Even though I'm playing some chords here that could be crossed over into another position, they're easier for me to do. And so you should do some that are easier. You can know about the other ones are fine, but the ones that you're smooth at going at and working with, those are the ones you probably want to, you know, come to more often. So now we got the chords down all figured out. I'm going to practice the scale in the first position, and I have to think about it every time, but you need to be able to do this pretty quick. But we know something like this, and I'm going to alternate with these two fingers. Not too smooth. Practice the metronome. Well, that's how you screw it up. Try to get a little bit of something going with the scale. that's pretty much how I go about practicing. I'll just keep at that until I get it smooth, and I'll try different fingering positions. But I want to be sure that I got a good refresh my memory on the key of E and all the chords. Probably go over the pentatonic major as well as the Dorian scale modes in a little while too. I might cover that later. But anyway, have a good day, and we'll see you later. Keep practicing hard.